100% yes. 100%. Look at the Carrigtwohill Tidy Towns, right? We have a community group here, community project, Carrigtwohill Tidy Towns.
Yeah.
And they go around to clean up all of Carrig. They clean everywhere, head to toe, all of Carrig. Not one young person is out doing that. Not one person in their 20s or 30s is doing it. Just everybody over.
What the age of people are.
Yeah, like my father is involved in it, like, you know, and like I've helped out now myself. I have around the estate and a bit of Main Street, like, but as far as that goes, there's nobody else in their 20s doing it. There's no one, you know.
That definitely applies around the country.
Yeah.
Just from like tidy towns in my own area, it's always like people in their 40s, 50s, or older even. But I guess that kind of leads to the question, though: do people our age want to invest in the communities that they're living in? Because I think people our age see the world as a place to be explored, so they might not necessarily stay in the area that they live in at the moment. So maybe they don't take part in those things because they don't see themselves like staying in Carrigtwohill.
Well, as you said, they see the world as like this open area. The world is their oyster at the moment. Anybody our age, the world is your oyster. You know, you don't plan on settling down at this age, do you? You want to go and explore, you want to do all these things, so therefore you don't exactly care about where you're at the moment.
Exactly.
About your community, you know, you're just going to go off and do your own thing. But when you come back and it all hits home, that's when you start to care.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, once you settle down and actually take notice, like
exactly.
being from Carrick myself, like you said, you've been involved in tidy towns. I've never bothered my arse. Yeah. I mean, of course, at home, just outside the drive, like if I cycle in and see rubbish everywhere, it's depressing. It's just outside the gaff, I'll pick it up, throw it away, just clean up the gaff, but I won't be going downtown caring much. Yeah, so that's definitely something we could work on.
Yeah. That's another thing with the generations. There was a much larger community in the past than now. So yeah, there probably could be stuff they could do. As I said, a community centre would be all right for that, events and stuff.
Like back in the day, like back, say, we turned the clock 50 years, probably people would have been a lot more, you know each other in the town, like, you know. Like,
it would have definitely, yeah.
You know, they know every Jim, John, Joe, whoever, you know.
Yeah, they know the goss.
Exactly.
I give my advice to my family, to my children, and I think it helps them in life. I wouldn't be going preaching to anyone else. But no, it's if someone asks me for advice, I'll give them my opinion, but wouldn't go out preaching. And there's no sort of scenario I can think of where you could stand up, take a bunch of kids and try and teach them anything or try and guide them, only through Cubs, Scouts, Brownies sort of scenario. Because I think that would be a good outlet for that.
Move away and come back, settle down then.
You think you'll come back to the area?
I'd say so. Well, Ireland in general, but like Carrigtwohill, maybe we'll see. But my family is here, so for the time being,
yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. Yeah.
That'd be the same.
Yeah, same.
And what's the biggest reason you would say that you would want to move out, Carrig?
New experiences, just to see what else is there. I know it's going to be the same everywhere else, but the world is huge, man. There's a lot to explore. There's a lot to see.
There's a lot of differences in the world as well. You want to
move out to get decent weather, so
can't complain on a day like today, though.
Well.
Do you think the older generation had as much opportunities as we did to go out and see the world?
No, already no. I don't think so, because they had back then it was a lot more rural, so it was farms and all that, so they had massive responsibilities. They didn't have the freedom we had. They could go on and they could do their work that they did to look after their families. There was more emphasis on the family then, but now it's a lot more emphasis on explore yourself.
Even at that though, a lot of Irish people back then did also immigrate to America and so on and so forth. So, I have family that immigrated myself.
Yeah.
So like from the stories I've heard, you could literally get on a horse and cart and be down Cove and be gone like that if you wanted to. You know,
That's true.
nothing needed. Like
There's
for me, I feel it would have been a bit easier to kind of leave, whereas nowadays it would be that little bit harder due to passports and everything.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Well, I guess the situation we're in at the moment with COVID, nobody can go anywhere. We'll be stuck in that forever.
I'd say there's going to be a lot of moving about.
Why do you think that is? Yeah.
Jobs and stuff. A lot of people just like they'd want to get out of the country into the city, or vice versa. There could be a lot of people like staying in the villages and stuff. But I'd say there's a lot of people due to job opportunities wanting out. Although actually, thinking about Carrigtwohill, there is quite a few job opportunities there with Striker.
Yeah.
Again, actually, I'm going to change my answer and say it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Have some move out and some stay.
I mean, there's a huge industrial complex down there now, so
there's some big industries. Yeah, I think we've been on for the digital side of things.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, like the early sort of major digital breakthroughs and everything sort of thing.
Like,
the internet and...
Like you'd say most of our generation probably were the ones that ended up testing all the new stuff first, because we were most used to it.
The guinea pigs.
Yeah, now it's come to a stage where we were just sort of learning online as well, where it was our parents and everyone generations before that would never have had opportunities like this.
No, there's nothing tremendous that's happened in my lifetime that could be. There's no First, Second World War, no major wars apart from the Gulf War, but I wasn't involved in that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing I can say that my generation has done. Then again, you've got the Apple and all that. That could be part of my generation, So, but personally, no, I've done nothing to add to the fire.
I'm sure you probably have in some ways. You probably just.
I'll raised a few kids. That's it. I've added to the population problem.
Yeah.